So on this night, and thank you for being here, but I would like to borrow a couple of lines from Ronald Reagan. We all need to trust but verify. And we should make it well known to the administration and to our political leaders what we want to have happen in this world, because we are headed in a bad direction. And to also paraphrase Ronald Reagan, Mr. Obama, tear down that carbon. You can applaud if you want. They applauded Reagan. You know, the single greatest source of greenhouse gas emissions, more than astounding 40%, does not come from cow belches. Although cow belches are a big problem. It actually comes from the construction and maintenance of buildings all over the United States. And over the next 25 years, CO2 emissions from buildings are projected to grow faster than they are projected to grow in any other sector of our economy. Thanks to their knowledgeable, experienced staff, Global Green is a national leader in groundbreaking municipal green programs and green affordable housing projects. Two recent Global Green projects that demonstrate the success of their pioneering efforts in affordable housing are the Solera and the Los Vecinos housing communities in Southern California. Here's a brief video that reports on the remarkable progress of these two projects. Terry Tamminen and Bonnie Reiss are visionary veteran leaders in designing landmark policies that combat climate change and promote energy efficiency and sustainability. Working equally effectively within the halls of government and high finance, Terry and Bonnie have been key architects of California's environmental platform, considered by many to be the most enlightened in the world. Their innovative legislative and business initiatives have become a model for environmental policy reform and for national, state, and regional levels. Just a few weeks ago, Governor Schwarzenegger signed a bill into law sponsored by Global Green and inspired by Terry and Bonnie's years of environmental advocacy in California. Now, this bill creates energy-efficient targets for existing buildings in the state that will ultimately save consumers over $4.5 billion and reduce carbon emissions equivalent to taking 3 million cars off our roads. Yeah. Terry and Bonnie are presently partners in Pegasus Capital Advisors, where they're personally guiding over $2 billion of investment in new clean technologies. It is my great pleasure to present Global Green's 2009 Policy Design Award to Terry Tamminen and Bonnie Reiss. You get to keep it. You get to keep it, yeah. Yeah, it's recycled for next year.
Thank you very much. This is a tremendous honor for us, mostly because it's being given by Global Green, one of the most effective environmental organizations on the planet, but also because of the other incredible people that are being honored here tonight. The people being honored here tonight are really a reflection that Global Green understands that in this enormous battle to deal with climate change and restore our ecology, there are a million battlegrounds, and it's going to take warriors of business leaders and investors, scientists and doctors, political leaders, policy leaders, nonprofit leaders, parents and teachers. It's going to take these kinds of warriors to meet this challenge. And especially when our leading scientists are telling us that it's actually worse than they had originally thought. We're reaching the tipping point sooner than they thought. The ice caps are melting quicker than they thought. The impact on our oceans and our species are more dramatic than they originally thought. So we realize when we hear this that it sounds like an enormous challenge, and it is, because really for hundreds of years, we have met the enemy, and it is us. For hundreds of years, the civilized world has seen the world in a certain way, designed buildings in a certain way, built infrastructure in a certain way, transportation systems in a certain way, grown our crops in a certain way, and processed our foods in a certain way. And while that may have seemed brilliant and inspired some time ago, it was with complete ignorance to the enormous negative health impacts those ways had on our human health and our planet's health. So now we persevere, and no matter how overcoming the obstacles are, because what we really are doing is we're re-envisioning the way we go about building the world and moving forward. We're re-envisioning the way we've done everything, because now we have the data and now we have the information. You know, a dear friend of Terry's and mine, Diane Wittenberg, who runs the Climate Registry, a few months ago she lost her son to cancer. And while that kind of a personal loss, most people probably couldn't even leave their bed after such an emotional loss. This woman is back out there, and she's continuing in her struggle in the environmental movement as well. Perhaps it's because she realizes it's a way to honor her son, and perhaps she realizes, like she does and many of us do, that whether you live 20 years or 50 years or 100 years, it's all very quick. And ultimately, many of us in this room are privileged in that we have the choice. We have the choice about what we want to do with our lives. And I'm proud to persevere, because no matter how overwhelming it may seem, it really doesn't matter to me when I persevere what the outcome is going to be. We do it because it's the right thing to do. So I'm proud. I'm proud to do this. I'm proud to be in the struggle with all of you. I'm proud to join with my colleagues and friends at Pegasus who are committed to this and investing billions in supporting the building of this new green economy and this new vision. And I'm particularly proud to do it with my dear friend and my partner, who's one of the great environmental heroes and the purest hearts, Terry Tamminen. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. I couldn't add much to that eloquence, and I've only got 90 seconds, they tell me, so I'm going to be very quick. I do want you to all know where the Pegasus table is. Raise your hand at Pegasus, because these are the guys that are inventing and investing in the sustainable century of the future. You have to know them if you want more green building products for Global Green to continue to work with. I want to add my thanks to Global Green, not just for their incredible work and all that you've supported, but for allowing me to share this honor with my dear friend and longtime partner, Bonnie Reiss. But I also want to close on a message of hope. Unlike our Irish PBS Mr. Doom, Dr. Doom, I actually want to give you a great deal of hope. And I brought a PowerPoint with me tonight, but because we don't have time, we're going to use the low-carbon, low-tech PowerPoint. Everyone take your left hand and hold it up like this to your face, with the finger going up to the right, the thumb going down to the right. Okay, this is the graph of greenhouse gases going up until about 2050 or 2100, business as usual. This thumb line represents dramatically reducing 80% by the year 2050. 2050 is down here, you can't see it, but believe me, it is. Keep this in mind, because you know what? The first third of this is already programmed to be done, and it's because of energy efficiency, the kind of work that Global Green is doing. It's because of the deployment of renewable energy, the kind of stuff Peter Darby is doing at the utility scale, and many others, Californians and others, as you saw in that video, are doing everywhere. So regardless of what happens in Copenhagen or in Washington, D.C., this line is already starting to move down in our country. Energy efficiency and renewables. By the way, enough sun falls on the earth every hour to power all human energy needs for a year. This is not rocket science. This is taking the stuff that we're investing and inventing and putting it to work. And the last third gets closed by changing our transportation system. And we see what's happening with oil running out. We are going to run out of oil. And so we're now inventing and investing in better battery technology and in biofuels and things like hydrogen, which, by the way, the next time you use the toilet, all that water that we're throwing away in our sewer systems, if you took the hydrogen out of that, could power the entire global transportation system 100 times over. The sewage treatment plant in Los Angeles, by itself, the hydrogen in the water we throw away every single day could power the entire United States transportation fleet. So with the solar and the other renewable energy up here, combined with wastewater we throw away, we could power, think about these ideas. All of this is possible. It simply takes great organizations like Global Green, each one of us to make a commitment to step up and make it happen, the investors to help put the money there, the policymakers. It takes every single one of you. So I thank you and share this award not only with my dear friend and partner Bonnie, but with all of you in a very hopeful spirit. Don't be looking to Washington. Don't be looking to Copenhagen. Look in your communities. Look where Global Green is working. That's where you will find the solution to bring this finger down to this thumb. Thank you very much.